Imagine a place where adventure happens on forested trails that climb to stunning peaks, and waterfalls that cool you off on a summer day, and off-roading in a Land Rover Defender. Welcome to Central Istria, an outdoor enthusiast's dream. I'm Nora Walsh, and today we're diving into the great outdoors with Martin Kotar, the head developer of Central Istria's Outdoor Trails, and Martin Glavich, owner of Sausa, an outdoor company dedicated to helping people explore Central Istria's natural beauty. With everything from hiking and biking to mountain climbing and off-roading, there's never a dull moment in Central Istria. When trekking mountains like Cicciaria or Maliplanik, you'll get panoramic views of the Slovenian Alps and water views that stretch all the way to Venice, Italy. And of course, outdoor adventure can always be paired with stops for local wine, brandy, and prosciutto. Grab your gear and get ready to explore Central Istria's wild side. It's going to be an adventure. Hi, Martin. Welcome to the Live and Work in Central Istria podcast. Tell me your full name and a little bit about what you do and who you are.
In French, if it sounds, pardon my French, it's Martin. So it's Martin Kotar, let's say, in English. And although I am from sports, I do about development of the outdoor segment in Istria for about, well, it's a long time, 2004, 2005 I started. So this is now about, 20 years. Yeah. Before I was a cyclist, professional road cyclist. And nowadays I'm in cycling tourism and outdoor and, and family life.
And you can do it all here.
Yeah, I combine everything. Started with cycling, so we have about 160 trails for cycling. So,
and when you say cycling, is that also like mountain biking, or is it more just
it's
bicycling?
Mixed. We have for any kind of bike. It's not a trail. It's not a path that you can transport yourself. It's not primarily. It's not for the transport. It's for recreation. So you start in a village, you do the loop of about 20 miles, and then you come back to the same place. It's the official trail, and it's been marked, and you have a GPX. So we have for all sorts of bicycles. We have for mountain bikes, for trekking bikes, traveling bikes. We have for road bikes, and then you go on the website, you pick or you take a map, then you download GPX, and then you go ride. We have Istria-bike.com. And then you just pick a GPX and you go yourself. And then you can visit a lot of places and a lot of, officially, like points of interest. Mm-hmm. But then you can also create your own routes or trails. You can pick, we have about 160 official bike trails. Then we have
and are those rated as like moderate?
You can filter by difficulty, by cycling type, by the region, by whether if it's we have light, we have intermediate and hard, difficult courses, and then you can pick also family and recreation, and then you can get in that group, the particular group, family and recreation, you can get trails that are between in kilometers. It would be about until 13 kilometers. It would be about 8-9 miles. Mm-hmm. They're safe, they're not too long, they're not risky, no traffic, so you can go like an old person or not used to ride a bike or like a family, and then you can go. So also we have a lot of maps, so you can get map in any tourist board, and most of it's already on the website.
For the more difficult hikes, what kind of terrain is that?
No, it doesn't matter. So if you're on a road bike and you go, you make a climb on the top of the hill here, that's 1,400 meters. Mm-hmm. The surface is going to be road, but it's the difficult climb. But if you're on a mountain bike and you do mostly flat but really long course, mm-hmm. it's already going to be in medium or hard, mm-hmm. by difficult. But if you go on a mountain bike, it's short one, but it's really rough, and you have a terrain, you have undulated terrain, it's really difficult, mm-hmm. then it's going to be difficult, although it's rather short. So we mm-hmm. try to get a real, so it's based on the real, when you have 13 degrees and it feels like 10, so mm-hmm. we give mm-hmm. the feels like mm-hmm. difficulty, so that's it. So okay.
But my question is, you also have like difficult paved roads and then also like difficult mountain biking where you're off
each course is
roading on a trail.
Yeah, mountain bike can be any of these difficulty levels, and road bike also, and it's specificum of each this bike can grade the difficulty. So you can have a light mountain bike course with more or less road or no road. You can have a road bike with only road, that's or light or medium or hard.
So you can mix and match.
Yeah, and then you go on the website, you have a filter, and then you filter, I want this region, I want this kind of bike, I want this difficulty, and then pop, you get a list of, 3, 4, 5, 10 courses. You go inside, take a look, download GPX, you put it inside, or you take a bike guide. You need a bike guide, then you go on the other services and you pick guiding, and then you can contact agencies, guides. So it more or less it's everything packed to get all the offer you need actually.
And where do you get the bikes? Where can you rent them? In Pazin or?
No, everywhere. In the last, let's say, 10 to 15 years, we had a lot of one-man band, like agencies, companies, do-it-yourself people that started doing business along with those big companies, big tourist agencies that come here with buses, with ships, with everything. So it's one man, I don't know, in Pula in south, or next to Pula, Medulin, or in Rovinj, for example, or in Labin, and he has got his own shop, he has got his own rent-a-bike services and mechanics, and then you call him and you get service in that certain area. He can go anywhere, but if you have to go from one side of the peninsula to the other side, then it's more logical to get the person that's locally there. So you have vast amount, enough people that do such services. The quality of the services, bikes and spare parts has grown pretty much in the last 10 years, so you can pack yourself and service your bike and get the services really of the quality. I'm now satisfied. So probably the guests will also.
Well, my question is
for example, you want a top road bike, you can get top road bike.
Yes.
You can get medium road bike. You can get full suspension mountain bike, no problem. You can get
So say you're staying in Grasice, as I am, and I decide I want to go for a bike ride.
And you want e-bike.
Or I want an e-bike, or I just want a regular bike.
No problem.
Where do I get the bike?
You just go you get some agency. You go on, for example.
Do they bring it to me?
You can, whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
So you can get service like transport, you can get guidance, you can get take bike guide, you can get bike, any kind of bike, you can get spare parts, you can have your bike repaired. So you just, for example, you don't know where to search your contact, you go on istria-bike.com, you take services, and then you look rent a bike, and you get the list of them, and you contact any of them.
Okay.
So you need in Rovinj, you search Rovinj, you go there. So it's a town in Istria. I'm not sure if your listeners know that. So Rovinj is a town. So you go to a western part of Istria and you say, I want to go in Rovinj. Then you pick the list and you take the service in Rovinj, not on the other side that's 80 miles away.
Got it.
Or you need somewhere for them to pick you up. You go by back somewhere, you do the loop of about 20-30 miles, you finish in a certain point like X, and then they come to pick you up with a van, and then they transfer you to your hotel.
Well, that's luxurious.
Hopefully you pay them, and that's fine. And everybody's okay. And then this is cycling, and we also have walking on foot, Yes. It's cold, you don't want to get cold or to get wet, nice, you don't want so much stuff to take. You are first time in Istria, you didn't get your bike, you didn't get your helmet, you're a little picky, you don't want to take another people's helmet, but you did take your running shoes, and you took your watch, that smart watch, and then you take your upper and bottom part of your clothes, and then you go running or walking or hiking, and then you go on another website, Istria minus, this is the same as before, trails.com. And then you have the list of 90 trails. You can pick by the same principle as for cycling, but you also can pick about 20 mountaineering, hiking, mountain hiking trails that Mountaineering Association of Istria prepared for guests that are more interesting and a bit easier to access and to go through. To walk through. So you can pick more than 100 trails, and then you can also find yourself your own trails. You can create them, and so for the start, I think that's pretty much, because let's say more than 2/3 of the people that come to Istria, they get satisfied in the outdoor segment by cycling and walking, and that's most of it. And then if you're on the coast or want to go to do one-day visit, you get kayak. There are a lot of kayak offers around on our peninsula, on the coast. You take one-day kayak. I wanted to say ride, but it's like pedaling. I don't know. You take for 3-4 hours one route. They take you around, show you some caves, and then it's fine. So you can combine this section. And regarding the climbing, that's fourth of our package program. We also have basic data on the website, since climbers are a bit specific mindset. they're very informed. They know very well where to go, what to do, and they have their own specific guides, like booklets, and they're very informed. They will probably know much more about the climbing places than we can put on the website. So we just gave the basic information, and then the ones that do such activity, they will already know where to go.
And what kind of landscapes are you seeing when you're on foot or biking or climbing in Central Istria?
Istria is mostly, there is small exception towards the south and the west, but the other part of Istria is mostly, how would you say? Would you say undulated? There are a lot of valleys and hills and climb, so it's very the change in the scenery is very frequent. So you have a lot of small hills of about 100, 150, 200 meters of this level between the valley and the top of the hill. So where you go, whether it's by car or bike or running, so you can, it's actually very difficult to find completely flat course. So wherever you go, you have a change. So it's nice. If you go running, you can climb up walking, and it's still the effort, and you can see the small towns. So the characteristics of Istria, they say small Tuscany, it's we have a lot of hills, and on the bigger hills, you have old towns. The old towns are small, like how to say, could I say, like a stone, made of stone, the old towns course on the top of the hill, made of stone, with the walls around to protect them. So it stayed from the past, and then you can
like the medieval architecture.
Yeah, exactly. So you can go inside, take a look, go around. Of course, there is a lot of gastronomic offers, so you can have a lot of domestic type of food, or Italian, or let's say Mediterranean Italian mixture. And then, so it's pretty nice. We have nice wines, good wines, so you can taste. We have craft beers. I know, really, don't smile, really, because if I go, I take a list, and at first what I do in a casual restaurant, I see what type of, how many of craft beer they have, and if they have some certain amount, let's say quantity, then I'm satisfied. I can pick whether half of them, they're not available at the moment, but never mind. So the offer is pretty nice. While you're traveling, it's very important to suggest our bus connections, and public transport is not so frequent. It's not dense. It's pretty scarce. So
good to know.
Yeah. So when you come here, you should rent. You should rent a car in advance to be sure you get a car. It doesn't need to be big. It's just that it's moving, it's nice, and if it's small, you can go through those small alleys.
Yes, or the narrow streets.
Now we come back to the place where the central Istria is the best place in Istria, and that's why we live here, because we are living in inner part of Istria, which is the real authentic Istria, which is the closest to what Istria really is, and where you have the minimum oscillation between the summer and non-summer part of the year. So you have a small level of activities connected to tourism, whether if tourists by themselves or the services that provide that give service to tourists, or the traffic, or also a lot of people passing through this area in the summer parts, like workers and so on. So you have flexible. You are flexible to go any place on the coast. Everything is close enough, but the life here is more like
local.
It's pleasant because the life through the winter and through the summer is much more close to each other than on the coast, because on the coast it explodes in the summer because there are lots of tourists. So
I think that's typical for most.
Yeah.
Because I'm from a coastal destination, New Jersey.
Exactly.
And it's, crazy in the summer and dead in the winter.
Okay, and so when you stay in the central Istria, it's more relaxed, and you can go to any place you want. You can visit those charming restaurants and beaches and everything. But when you want to really live peacefully and nicely, then you stay here. You have a nice place, and you can enjoy. I think I wouldn't now don't want to sound a little bit poetic, but you can enjoy your life, and you can hear your thoughts more clearly than on the coast, And okay, so never mind. But if you want to ride a bike on some unusual places, you can take there were old railways, and they're not that do not exist anymore. They've been transformed into bike and walking.
That's cool.
How do you say, trails?
Yes.
So one of the most important, also important, but one of the most beautiful and well known is Parenzana. Parenzana is a trail of once train that was operating until 1935. Then it was the Second World War. It stopped, and then it was restored for cyclists since 2004 up nowadays, and it goes for about 80 kilometers in Croatian part of Istria. It's almost all of it is a gravel road, and so you're in the middle of nature. But actually, if you look at the map and you turn around, you're always in the middle of, just along the most attractive old towns on the top of the hills, starting from town of Buje, then you pass Grožnjan, which is very famous and popular, then you pass near Oprtalj, Livade, Motovun, then Vižinada, and then finally you go all the way down and you finish in Poreč. So this is the original itinerary that actually goes through Istria, and it passes almost not even 20 kilometers from Pazin, and it's enormously popular. And then you get to one of the biggest touristic locations on Adriatic coast, Poreč, in 300 meters from the old town, from the core of the old town, just going through the nature, through vegetation.
How long would that take you?
Well, it's 80 kilometers from the coast. It's about 50 miles, 55 miles, I think, something like that, probably. Maybe about, 55 miles. And then you can go from Italy or through Slovenia. It's another 30 kilometers, about 20 miles, but it's all asphalted, so it's all urban place. I don't like it too much. And then when you cross the border, once it was border, but when you cross that line, then you turn to the right after 10 meters, and then you continue by the gravel road, and it's beautiful. And we have about our counters and observations give us objective data that shows above 150,000 cyclists per year, and plus pedestrians. I mean, recreational on-foot goers that it gets a pretty big number. It's extremely popular. So Parenzana. Why the name? So in Italian, town of Poreč is called Parenzo. Parenzo,
What is the translation of that in English?
It means Poreč, and then they did the name Parenzana from Parenzo, Parenzana.
But what would that translate to in English?
No, there is no translation. It's the name of the town. That in Croatian it's Poreč.
Okay.
In Italian, since Italy was governing this part in the history, so in Italian it's Parenzo. And then since it finishes in Poreč, they gave it the name Parenzana.
Okay.
So it's
and so again, how long would that take you if you were to do, like, is it multi-day?
80 kilometers. If you are really good, you can do it in one day. So the old steam rail needed to pass all the climbs. So the climbs are really easy.
Okay.
They're easy. It's very nice. It's very soft. So you can go. You should take a mountain bike, but when you take it and you pass it, for example, in 1 or 2 or 3 days, you won't be sorry. You will be really delighted. 2 days is great.
So, I'm Martin Glavić. I'm owner of the outdoor company. It's called Saorsa. So we do like outdoor activities like off-roading, climbing, biking, hiking, and a lot of other outdoor things.
Tell me some of, like, your favorite trails that you would recommend people to do when they're here.
So for hiking, I don't know, we have like Učka mountain. That's the highest peak in Istria, so it's really nice view. Also Chicharia mountains, and 2 days ago,
how high is it?
1,400 meters is Učka.
And how long would that take to hike?
Depends of the starting point, but most common route is from Poklon, and it takes about 45-50 minutes to the top.
And is it well marked? Can people do it by themselves?
Yes. So we have a lot of marked trails here in Istria. Also, we have one project here in central Istria. You can also see a lot of the routes on the web pages of the tourist office of central Istria. We have a lot of touristic trails, which are for everybody. You know, it's not only for the expert hikers.
Do a lot of locals do these hikes too?
Yes.
Yeah, is that something that It seems to me that everyone's pretty outdoorsy that I meet here.
Yes, because everybody live here in small villages, when we come out, we are outdoors, so that's why we love to spend time in nature.
And tell me some of your favorite hikes. Tell me some that are like a difficult level, some that are a moderate level, and some that maybe are really good for families.
So we have different types of hiking trails. So as I speak before, for the Uchka mountain, that's like for the experts, for people who are in good condition. But here in Central Istria, we have different types of these trails. So we have also easy, we have hard. I don't know about the Pazin. Around Pazin, we have like a tour which is called Gir do Pazinskog Krova. It's for everybody. You can go with the family. It's really nice route. You will see a nice waterfall and walking close to the river Pazinčica.
You seem to have a lot of waterfalls around here. Tell me a little bit about the waterfall hikes.
Yeah, we have a lot of waterfalls, but during the summer, sometimes happens that it's dry season, so there is no water. But the most popular waterfall is Zarečki Krov, and on Zarečki Krov there is always water. Always you will see waterfall, and you can swim during the summer on that waterfall. So also we have Sopot waterfall, Pazinski Krov, Benkovski Slap, Gavranovo Krilo. But sometimes happen that these waterfalls are without water.
When is the best time to go hike them to see water?
So to see water, it's summer, it's spring and autumn.
Oh, that's
so now is the best time.
And tell me a little bit about your favorite hikes, personal favorite hikes.
My favorite hikes.
And why?
And why? So for me, I like to go to the Alps. I like to go to the Alps, but here in Istria, I like to hike on Chicharia mountain. So it's close to my home, and there is a lot of long trails. You can go biking, hiking, you can do everything. So I like to spend time up there.
And what are the views like?
And views are perfect. So also after the strong wind Bura, it's a nice view, so you can see also Venice, Slovenian Alps, islands here around Istria. It's
the Adriatic Sea.
Yeah, Adriatic Sea. You can see everything. So it's really, really, really nice.
And tell me the name of the mountain that we went up and had a really amazing 360 view of all of the landscape that you just mentioned.
Yeah, so we was on the Mali Planik mountain. It's about 1,200 something more meters, and it's really nice view. It's 360 view around this peak, and to hike to this peak you need about 2 hours from the closest village.
And tell me a little bit about your off-roading tours.
My off-roading tours, yeah, I like to do off-road, and so I do off-road tour with Land Rover Defender. So these off-road tours are mostly for the families. So we have few nice routes around Pazin, Lupoglav, and all this area, which is attractive. There is some water crossings and everything, but everywhere we drive, it's like a main road, So we are not going like off-roading, real off-roading to destroying the nature. We use only roads which are, in the Katastar, which are legal roads. And
they're roads that go through the forest.
Yes.
And they're like gravel, they're not like paved roads.
Yes, it's gravel road, it's mixed. It's everything. So also during our tour we visit some local farms, so we do some degustations like olive oils, cheese, prosciutto, and a lot of domestic products.
Brava.
Yeah. So that's the best part. Rakia, of course. Rakia, wine, and everything.
Tell me a little bit about the nature. You also are an arborist, and what are some of the trees around here? Because they're beautiful.
Yes, I'm arborist also. I do a lot of jobs. Yeah, I do rope access jobs. And for the arborist, we have a lot of different trees. We have like a pine. Okay, it's hard to say on English. I know Croatian words.
Well,
It's
both in Croatian.
bukva, hrast,
And then
bor.
I'll
Yeah, I don't know the English names.
Well, they're. I mean, I should know the English names of them because it's very wooded. When you're doing the hikes, you're in the woods. You're in. You have. How tall would you say the trees were that we were hiking there yesterday?
So we have about 25-30 meters.
Yeah.
It's the highest trees here
I
around
think
us.
I read somewhere that there's some beech forest, beechwood, beech trees.
Beach.
Beech.
Beach.
Yeah, BEECH.
I
But
don't know.
I'll do a little more research and
really
fill
don't
that
know.
in. But it's you're walking in forests, which is just kind of what I want to explain to people, that you have these hikes that are really, you're in nature, you're immersed in nature. You can do some forest bathing, and it's really pleasant. And the weather, especially this time of year, was perfect. It was like 72 degrees and it wasn't too hot, but the sun was shining, and it was just a really lovely day, and the views were outstanding. And we could see Uchka Mountain, and that was pretty cool to see Venice. I thought, and the Slovenian Alps, that was also really exciting. Actually, when we got to the top of the mountain, my phone welcomed me to Slovenia. I had like Slovenia.
Yeah, it was
phone
close to
service.
the border.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool. So tell me a little bit about what it's like to live here. If you're spending time here, do you find that people really spend time in nature as a way to just enjoy life here?
Okay, people here is not like a culture to go to the mountains and to the nature, but my friends and people who are hanging out, we are going to the nature. So here is a lot of the people who is going to the nature and
I met quite a few of those who climb together.
climb.
Yeah, they go climbing.
Yes, so here we have a lot of climbing routes. So in the north of the Istria, it's more than 700 bolted climbing routes.
Oh, cool.
Yes, so it's also these routes are we have easy routes and hard routes. So also it could be for everybody. You can come with family. You can go to the sector where are easy routes, and you can climb there whole day. Also, if you are professional, you can find some hard routes and do some projects and everything.
And for the easier routes, like if you wanted to learn how to climb while you're here, is that something that you can do?
So we also have, if you are, if you want to try to climb, we also have agencies who guide you to climb. So also my tourist agency do this. So if you want to climb, you can contact me.
Is there any other like outdoor activities that we haven't mentioned that you can do for people?
Okay, in Istria we have a lot of different activities. So we are close to the sea coast. You can go kayaking, swimming, snorkeling. You can do a lot of things on the sea coast also.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. And you take people to do that?
I'm more orienting here on the central Istria.
But you can, and
yeah,
that's available to people.
It's close to us, so from Pazin you have 20 minutes of driving. You will come to the sea coast.
That's a really nice way to pair. I think you get like a little bit of the best of both worlds, because you're not inundated with people coming visiting the coast. You get to stay here where it's a little more local, like people who live here are from here.
So
mostly.
Also when it's a lot of the people are on the sea coast. So when it's a rainy day, sometimes during during the summer, a lot of the people come to the central Istria and to visit, to do some other stuff here. So also in Pazin we have like a zip line and a caving trip. So you can go to the cave, do zip line. So it's also suitable for everybody.
Do you have a lot of families that go to the adventure parks? Tell me a little bit about what you can do at the adventure parks. I think it's called Kringa.
Yes, it's a Kringa Adventure Park. So they have a few routes. So it's for the kids and also for the adults. So if you go to the Kringa, you can spend whole day and enjoy with the kids and
what
smiling.
What kind of activities do they have for kids?
It's also like adventure, but it's not so hard. You know, it's suitable for the kids. You know, there are small zip lines. I don't know, like slack lines. You're going from the one tree to the second tree.
Oh, cool.
You know, little obstacles
fun.
and everything. Yeah,
So
it's
like,
really
kind
cool.
of like an obstacle course.
Yes.
Oh, great. And
Like a
what-
survivor.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's really nice.
Fun.
Yeah,
And what do
it's,
they have for adults there?
it's the same, but a little bit harder. You know.
Okay, so
Yeah.
everyone's getting through their obstacles.
Yeah, you have big zip lines, big obstacles, and everything. So
Fun.
you should go. You will enjoy.
Yeah, I would love to. I love a good obstacle course.
Yeah. It's really cool.
And tell me about what your life is like here in terms of like, how often are you taking people out on trips? Is this something that you do year round? Are there winter activities? When are you busiest?
So we are mostly orienting in the summer season because during the winter here is not a lot of tourists. So like this outdoor activities we do mostly in the summer. But if some group come during the winter, we can also organize everything.
Are there interesting hikes to do in the winter? Is there stuff that you can do when it snows? Is there
It's much better during the winter,
Yeah.
you know, because it's not so hot.
Yes.
It's not so hot. If you're lucky, you will. If you're lucky, you will see the snow. So we are not like in the snowy, you know, area. But during the winter, I don't know, maybe here close to the Pazin, we will have maybe 2 or 3 days of the snow during the winter, but only 2 or 3 centimeters. So it's not big snow.
Basically, you can really do all these things year round.
Yeah.
You can do all these hikes and all. It's just a little bit chillier, which is also
Yeah.
I think nice if you're doing really intense workouts that you're not hot. You know, you can.
Especially for the climbing, it's good, like a winter season. So this area is really popular, but during the winter for the sport climbing, because in the summer it's so hot, and during the winter coming here a lot of the people from Germany, Austria, and the other countries in the region, because it's a nice temperature here, and if it's a sunny day you can climb in a short sleeve during the winter.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's really nice during the
That is
winter
really
to climb.
lovely. That's like
Yeah.
spring skiing.
Yes, because you're on the rock, the sun is behind you, and it's perfect time.
What are some places or things, and it doesn't necessarily have to be outdoor related, just in your personal local opinion, that people need to do before they leave Istria? If they're going to spend a week here, a month here, a year here, what are some of like the highlights you think you cannot leave this area without doing?
So you mean whole Istria or just central
Central
Istria?
Istria.
Just central Istria. So it's nice to visit, I don't know, Pazin. Okay, Pazin is the capital of the central Istria, so like a caving trip, zip line. So we said about
Okay,
this.
tell me about that caving trip.
Yeah?
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about what that is, because I've read about it, but I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, so it's like a caving trip, but it's not, you
Is
know,
it
like
spelunking? Like, what is the activity of how do you get in it and what do you do?
So it's a little bit different than the other touristic caves. You know, this cave it's completely natural. So there is no stairs, like a light, reflector, and everything. So to go inside, the guides give you your helmet with your light on the helmet, and it's like a more adventure. So it's not so hard. But also it's not so easy, you know. You need to watch where you are where you are standing and everything. And also inside in the cave there is 2 zip lines to pass some lakes. So then you come to the end of the cave and there is big lake. It's called Martelovo Jezero, and that's the end point for the tourists.
Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting.
And yeah, it's really cool. It takes about 2 hours, and it's it's nice adventure.
Are these like rock faces? Are they limestone? Do you know, or what kind of rock?
It's limestone.
Limestone, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's really the view when you do the zip line is incredible. Because Pazin like sits on the top of this like limestone rock face. How tall is that gorge? Do you know?
So this canyon is so on the zip line there are 2 cables First cable it's 220 meter long, second cable 280 meters, so in total 500 meter it's long. The zip line, and the highest point it's 100 meters.
Yeah.
Yes, and from that point, when you come to the highest point, when you look down, you will see the entrance of the Pazin cave and the river Pazinčica, which is going into the cave. So it's really, really nice view, and you need to see it.
Yeah, it was beautiful just to have the view of the river below, and then the city, this medieval city on a giant rock hillside. It was.
Yeah, it's a special zip line.
It is.
Because it's,
What is
the nature.
What's the name of the zip line?
Zip line Pazin.
Yeah, it was definitely worth it. I would definitely recommend it for people, if they're just coming and they want an activity. And which is nice, it's right next to Hotel Lorech, is that what it's called?
Lovac.
So, and you can have like a nice lunch there with also a view. So it's nice.
It's really nice terrace, yes.
Yeah, so it's a nice like afternoon activity to do.
Yeah, to see the sunset.
Yeah, do zip line and then go and have a meal and enjoy the view. It was really nice.
Yeah, you see whole mountains and everything. It's really perfect place.
That's a wrap on today's journey through Central Istria's great outdoors. A big thank you to Martin Glavich and Martin Kotar for showing us how easy it is for outdoor adventurers and families to discover Central Istria's stunning landscapes. From mountain climbing and hiking the region's tallest peaks, to biking and off-roading newly developed trails, Central Istria offers an endless opportunity for adventure and connection with nature. I'm Nora Walsh, and I'll see you on our next exploration of Central Istria's many wonders. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with fellow adventurers. Until next time, keep exploring the world, one trail at a time.